What makes a great internet troll? For today's video, we're going to be going back to the past to look at trolls, some older ones, some newer ones, and find out who are the top 5 greatest internet trolls of all time. I'm Jay Tahoe, and welcome to today's video. Now, for the purposes of today's video, I think it's really important that we, define trolling and what it really is, right? So I would say we should define trolling as, appearing to be dumber or less educated than you actually are in an attempt to bait or incite someone to either rage or make them look dumber than they actually are, trying to explain it to you. So, we'll take that as our definition of trolling for this video. And, there's been so many trolls over the years. Defining it down to just 5 was really a chore in itself. I really had to think critically here at who just really did the best job of tricking people and making things real before it became obvious that it was all fake, and made people rage or believe that it was actually true. So enjoy the video, and let's start. These are my top 5 internet trolls of all time.
You want to say grace?
I'm not saying that shit. I think it's stupid.
Well, I know you
Number
can't.
5
You can't force a religion
has to go to McJuggernuggets, aka the Psycho family.
We do it all the time. It's fine.
In this series, this started off, as a video in 2014 with a kid who starts arguing with his family about religion and proceeds to get into an argument with his father and just trash the entire Thanksgiving dinner. In fact, let me just skip along here. He ends up flipping the table. Here we'll go to the payoff right here. This series started off very believable. For a while, the comments were like, it was either one of two camps, like, that kid is so disrespectful, or, oh my God, like, I can't believe the dad, treats him like that. Look at this. This almost looks real here. Now, the series got so far out of control. He was doing this for years. Like you'll see this one here, right? The psycho kid torches the Christmas tree. It just got so much more, unbelievable as it went. There's one where he lights a Christmas tree on fire. There's one where his dad calls the cops, but the cop is actually just a guy, in like a police costume uniform arresting him. And it ends up in, I'll show you right here.
What are you doing?
He ends up shooting the father in one episode. Here it is. Psycho kid kills father. This one was from 2016. So he was trolling people for nearly 2 years until this final one here. But you can tell by now that with the way the camera is following him and everything, that it was all a setup. Whereas the earlier videos looked like somebody at family dinner was just filming. So later on, here we go. Psycho kid flees the country. Later on, the whole family admitted that they were all in on it together.
You don't even know how to
And
use that
some of these
technology.
videos, like this one, has 29 million views. So the family actually made a lot of money off of this. And the psycho kid, his name, he goes by Jesse. Under the YouTube name McJuggernuggets, actually bought his dad a Pontiac GTO as a gift with some of the money he made. So pretty cool guy, but definitely a great troll, and that is number 5 on my list. Next on our list, we've got Jenna Marbles, who came on the scene around 2010 and basically just started to commentate on pop culture topics, but made herself seem dumber in the process. If you've ever heard the term "what are this?", that's definitely something she came up with. Now she's got the opposite contour tutorial. She has basically troll makeup tutorials that are like not real. So, she was pretty funny for like a long time. I used to watch her videos weekly. Let's see. And just making like ridiculous facial expressions and stuff, and like for a while people thought that it was real. I do think that Jenna Marbles actually stopped doing YouTube a while ago, I guess I don't know. She made her money and moved on. But yeah, it was a pretty big troll, and was doing YouTube for probably almost yeah. Well, she stopped doing it 2 years ago for 10 years. So yeah, definitely gets a spot on the top five. Check out the videos. Some of her earlier stuff was pretty funny. I probably stopped watching it like a good 4 or 5 years ago, but yeah, it was good stuff. So check it out when you can.
I can see your dick.
Okay, so number three has to go to the incomparable Krispy Kreme. Now, this guy took trolling so far, he actually was facing a lawsuit by Krispy Kreme Donuts, had to change his name to Froggy Fresh. So if you want to find his content now, you gotta look up Froggy Fresh. And he actually had to edit some of the lyrics in his songs to remove all traces of him saying the word Krispy Kreme. But basically, this guy is actually a really talented singer. If you just search Tyler Cassidy music, his singing voice is actually very good. But the problem was his videos where he was actually making good music weren't getting any views. So him and his friend Moneymaker Mike just started trolling with these ridiculous rap songs with crazy lyrics. This was the first one they did in 2012, just titled "The Baddest." And the best part of this is I remember watching this in 2012. Is people thought he was actually serious. There were people in the comments telling him, "Kill yourself. You're not an actual rapper." I can't even like watch it with a straight face now. You see, he's got the booger hanging out his nose, while he does this. But oh my god, it was so funny, and like some of the videos just had ridiculous titles too. Like he had one called "Haters Wanna Be Me." That was hilarious. In this video, he has like a part where he goes, plus, I bet I got more money than Jay-Z. Compared to me, Jay-Z is lazy. Plus, Beyonce thinks that I'm cute. It's okay, Beyonce, I think you're cute too. And then his friend Mike just chills in the background. They call him Moneymaker Mike. He's playing an entire character here, and he appears to be really dumb. His trolling actually got him so far that he actually got on Tosh.0. In fact, let's see if we can pull that clip right here. He actually got on Tosh.0, and Tosh interviewed him, and he continued to do the whole interview in character. But he has a couple of videos on his Tyler Cassidy channel where he breaks character. But when it comes to playing a character for years and years, I mean, this guy really takes the cake. Here's his little video with Daniel Tosh on Tosh.0, and like the best part is that he never curses in any of the songs, and like he just goes out of a way to do that. So definitely got to watch these videos. They're actually really good songs. They're well written and have a good beat. They're just like nonsensical, and he made people think he was actually trying to be a rapper. I thought it was really funny, and yeah, he's my number 3 top internet troll of all time. Number 2 is a very unique troll, and that would be Mr. Jarrett Kale. Now, in 2004, him and Joel Gardner and his brothers started a show called Pure Ownage. It was a small internet show that depicted gaming culture in a time before gaming culture had really had a chance to evolve. Now, the funny thing is that Jarrett Kale was a chemistry student, and he's now a chemistry professor. Walter White, anyone? But he has a show called Pure Ownage where he played, the typical like teen, like dumb gamer that lives in that gaming culture, and his whole thing was he owns noobs. Now, obviously, when you witness Jarrett, speaking in real life, he doesn't sound anything like this character. But man, this show had some really funny scenes. Like there's one where he dies, and God asks him, "Are you at peace?" And he says, "Well, no, not really. There is no." And God says, "Well, there's no conflict here." And he starts laughing and says, "That's like the lamest thing I've ever heard. Like there's no noobs for me to own here." So he just they ran this show for a couple of years. It had a couple of seasons. They actually took his trolling got him so far. They got their own TV show on Canadian TV. Here, I'll show you that. And it only lasted one season, but again, it was a it was a pretty funny show. Like Jarrett Kale and Joel Gardner, who plays FPS Doug. If you've ever heard the guy that's like boom headshot, that's FPS Doug.
Job, he doesn't
And
do any
it's
chores,
just
he
it's a
doesn't do
really funny
anything.
show. And in the TV
I still
show, they
pay for his
deal
food
with
and
like
his
his
clothes.
parents wanting him to
Isn't
get a
it
real
your
job versus
responsibility
just
to
sitting
change
home
things?
and playing games.
Yes, it is.
But before it came out, who
Things
Jarrett
sure are
really
gonna change
was,
around here.
I think people thought that this was
Starting
this
today.
was actually real,
Mom's
and
been
there really
talking again about
existed
how you
people
gotta
like
do more
that. And
than
I'm sure
play
there do.
games.
But he just
Mom's
did
told
such a
you,
good job
okay? She, like,
of playing
says
this
stuff all
character,
the
and
time.
people used
Maybe
to
that's
write
because she
him
wants you to do something.
actual emails
Hell, I
that
am
he
doing
would
something. I'm
that he
training
would
like 18
respond
hours a
to,
day.
on
You
the
don't
show.
do nothing
So
all the
number
time.
2
Hold the
goes
camera
to
doing nothing.
Jarrett Kale
Look at me,
and
I'm
the
calm.
show
I
Pure
walk around all day
Ownage.
pointing a camera and stuff. Oh, I went to film school.
Okay, and now the number 1 best internet troll of all time needs no introduction, but feast your eyes on this.
Bitches. Sup, bitches? It's Chad Warden here. Alright, I'm talking about that PS Triple. The PS Triple. I ain't talking about that Wii. That Wii shit. Shit, people will be talking about how it's all new and shit. But you know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say is that, come on now, Wii? Come on, that little controller, baby, that looks like a dildo. I ain't trying to play my games with no dildo. Maybe if the game can't take the Wii with me, I can't have
The number 1
candy.
internet troll
I
of
ain't
all
expecting to play
time,
some
in my
HD
opinion,
games
has
while
to
I'm
be
rolling
Chad
my
Warden.
caddy. How am I
He's been
supposed to get
trolling
some
as early
honeys
as
with the Wii?
2007
Like, yo, baby,
when he
look at
dropped
my
his
Wii.
first
You know
video,
what they say
and
to me?
man, this was
Fucking
just
laugh.
masterful
When I
trolling
showed them my
right here.
PS3,
This was a time where you had the, I have
honeys
3
all get all
PS3s
over
guys
it.
making his videos, and nobody made
Get all
people
the honeys
quite
on
as
that
mad
PS Triple.
as Chad Warden, who put on this, this gangsta facade, and started coming on talking about why the PS3 is better than the Wii and the 360. And there were so many people, commenting, Chad Warden, you should kill yourself, and making whole responses as to why, their console of choice was better. In fact, let's see if we can pull up a response video. But he had the whole persona. He actually, some people say that he actually went as far as to rent an Escalade to troll because he said that he plays PS3 in his caddy. But oh man, this kid was hilarious. And I wouldn't dox anybody, but apparently he had been doxed later on, and he's like an investment banker now. I just think that's so funny. Like imagine having this guy as like your investment banker, and he's like, "Gee, we gotta diversify your portfolio, baby." Like, oh, he's actually here. He is actually driving the Escalade. So apparently somebody like saw him in like a sushi restaurant and like tried to ask him to say like his lines from like his videos, like I ain't trying to play a game with no dildo. Like, look, here's a response video. Chad Warden response video is balling. Oh man, look at this Windows Movie Maker intro right here. Those were the days. Those were the days. I'm telling you guys, 2007, 2008, 2006. Like those were the golden years of the internet. But yeah, in my opinion, Chad Warden is by far the greatest troll pretty much to ever exist. He just had people, he had everybody's panties in a bunch and made people pissed off while having so much fun at the same time. So, well played, sir.
Yo, what's up? It's Anthony.
And you guys
here.
let me know, in the comments below if you remember any of these trolls, if there are any honorable mentions that I may have missed. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Fuck the